press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello all, I hope all are doing good. So today I am continuing the last class where we have stopped. Okay, the name of the lesson is today's class, that is the proposal written by Anton Chekhov. Okay, so now here there are the three major characters. This lesson, it is in the form of play, it is in the form of dialogue. Okay, the lesson is about the marriage proposal. So you know these three characters like Lomov, then Chubukov and Natalia. So they were in a quarreling, they are always in a quarreling, they are in fight, they are the neighbors. Okay, and you know how Lomov came to the Chubukov house for his marriage proposal, okay, to get married with the Natalia Stepanova. Okay, and you know Chubukov was very surprised and he was happy too by listening the proposal. Okay, so then they both all meet together, the Natalia and also Lomov. Okay, so now here is the interesting part of the lesson begins. Okay, so is he going to be give up the proposal? He just offered the proposal, otherwise again they start fighting. Okay, so they are quarreling for some of the issues. Let's see here in this lesson. Okay, so here, okay, now Natalia, Natalia, she was asked to the Lomov to get some lunch, to have some lunch. Okay, so then he says, Lomov, no thank you, I have some already. Yes, he had finished his lunch. He responded. Natalia says that, then smoke, here are the matches. Then she is offered the cigarettes, okay, cigarettes for smoking. So here are the matches. If you want, here there are some matches. The weather is splendid now. Splendid means very impressive. So she says, weather is very good. It is very impressive today's weather. But yesterday it was so wet that the workman didn't do anything all day. Okay. So yesterday means that days, yesterday. So she is that yesterday it was a wet day because it was raining. Okay. So that's why workers were not did any work. They were not done any work, so he didn't do anything all day. How much hay have you stacked? Hay means dry grass. Okay, dry grass. So she asked to the Lomov that how much you have collected. Stacked means collected. How much you collected the grass, that is the dry grass. You know they are taking care of the farms, that is the agriculture. Okay, just think. Both of the family, they were taking care of the farmers. Okay, that is the farms. I felt greedy and had a whole field cut, and now I am not at all pleased about it because I am afraid my hay may rot. Okay, so here she says she felt greedy. Greedy means she wanted to sell that dry grass. Okay, that is called hay. Okay, so then she says, I felt greedy and whole field they cut. So they have cut the whole field, which is a dry grass, and now I am not at all pleased about it because I am afraid my hay may rot. So now she is not afraid about the hay should get spoiled, that is the rot. Okay, I ought to have waited a bit, but what's this? Why you are in evening dress? So she has to wait for a long time to get another grass. Okay, so then she says, so why you are in this dress? She was observed that he is in a formal dress. Lomov was in a formal dress. Why you are in an evening dress? Well, and never are you going to a ball or a what? Ball is a kind of a party. Okay, so she is asking here that are you going to ball, are you going to party or something else? Okay, though I must say you look better. Tell me, why are you got up like that? Okay, so just tell me that why you are dressed yourself like this way, why you are in formal dress. Are you going to party or you are going somewhere? Is there any special occasion? So she is also asking here. Then Lomov excited. Now he is excited. He is nervous. You see, Honor Natalia Stepanova, the fact is I have made my mind to ask you to hear me out. So he says, now he is in nervous. So again he says here, you see, now you look, honors Natalia Stepanova. So he said, the fact is, the reason is actually why I came here. I made up my mind. I determined my mind that to ask you to hear me. Okay, I am asking you to listen me. Hear what I am saying to you. Of course, you will be surprised and perhaps even angry. But aside, it's awfully cold. Okay, so he says, of course, when you will hear that thing, what I am saying to you, so of course you felt surprised, and then you might be angry too. But he says, aside, it's awfully cold. Then again he just move aside, and he said awfully cold. Now he felt nervous. So he again and again he feel cold. Okay. Natalia, what's the matter? Pause. Well, so again Natalia, because father has not informed anything about why Lomov has came to his home. Okay, so Natalia is asking, so what is the reason why what you are saying to me? Okay, what's the matter? Tell me here. Lomov says, I shall try to be brief. Try to be brief means I wanted to tell it in a brief. You must know, honored Natalia Stepanova, that I have long since my childhood. So again he says honored, he was honoring again and again Natalia Stepanova since from his childhood. In fact, I had a privilege of knowing your family. So I know your family very well. It's my privilege, it's my honor. My late aunt and her husband. So Lomov has his aunt and her husband. Late means his aunt was passed away, she was dead, and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherit means he hired the property of his aunt and her husband's property. Who has hired it? Lomov was hired it. Okay, the property has passed to the Lomov. The property of his aunt and her husband's property, it has passed on to the Lomov. Okay. Then my land, I inherited my land, always had the greatest respect for your father and your late mother. So I am always so like this I am just got my own land because of my aunt and her husband, and now I'm respecting your father and your mother from the childhood. Okay, the Lomovs and the Chubukovs have always had the most friendly, because they are the neighbors. Okay, the Lomovs means it's about the Ivan Vasilovich. So this his family and Chubukov's family, so they are in a friendly relationship. Okay, the Lomovs, and I might almost say the most affectionate. So it was an affection in between the two families, and then regard for each other. And as you know, my land is near neighbor of yours. Okay, and you also know that my land is also the neighbor of your land. Okay, where is your land? My land is also there, and so that land is also kind of a neighbors. Okay. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your birchwood. Okay, oxen meadows and birchwood. So these are the names of the farmland. Okay, the names of the farmlands, the oxen meadows and birchwoods are the two farmlands. Okay, so he says here, you will remember that my oxen meadows touch your birchwood. Oxen meadows belongs to the Lomov, and birchwoods belongs to the Chubukovs, that is Natalia. Okay, it's the land with the birchwood trees. Birchwood means it is the land which is the birchwood trees are there present. And oxen meadows is the animal grassland. Okay, animal grasslands, oxen meadows. Natalia, excuse me, interrupting you. You say my oxen meadows, but are they yours? So she was interrupting when he was saying that. So are you saying that my oxen meadows? That is your oxen meadows? She asked. Lomov said, yes, mine. Yes, it is mine. Natalia, what are you talking about? Oxen meadows are ours, not yours. So now the quarreling begins, the fight, the disputes begin. Okay. Natalia says, talking about, what are you talking about? That oxen meadows are ours, not yours. Lomov says, no, mine. Honored Natalia Stepanova, he says. So again he says, no, it's mine. So who says? Lomov. Natalia, well, I never knew that before. How do you make that out? Actually, I don't know about it's yours. I will make it out. I will clear it out about this, she says. Now, how? Lomov says, how? I am speaking of those oxen meadows which are wedged in between your birch woods and the burned marsh. Okay. So, burned marsh is a wetland. Okay. So, I am talking about that oxen meadows which is in between the two places. In between means, so one side that is the burnt marsh and another side there is a birch woods. In between the two places there is a oxen meadows. Okay. Then Natalia, yes, there are ours. So she agrees, yes, that is the oxen meadows, that is ours, that's not yours. Lomov says, no, you are mistaken. Honored Natalia Stepanova, they are mine. So it's a mistaken for you that actually that land belongs to me. Okay, so he says, Natalia, just think, Ivan Vasilevich, how long have they been yours? So just think once again for a minute that how long that property belongs to you. So she asked Lomov, how long? As long as I can remember. So how long? Yes, I can remember it. So since then that property belongs to me. That's mine. Natalia, really? You won't get me to believe that. So I am not believing it that you are telling like this way. Then Lomov says, but you can see from the documents, Honored Natalia Stepanova. So it's there in the documents. Lomov has the property authority in that documents. So he wanted to show that documents to the Natalia. Okay. Then oxen meadows, it's true, were once the subject of dispute. Actually that oxen meadows, it is in dispute. Okay. So he says the dispute means it is in a trouble. It is that property, it is in a trouble or in problem. Okay. Once. So he just heard it. The subject of dispute, there is a subject of fight, that is the dispute. But now everybody knows that they are mine. Yes, in once that is the dispute about that oxen meadows. But actually now that property belongs to me. So who says? Lomov says. Then there is nothing to argue about it. Then there is nothing to argue about that. That property belongs to me. So Lomov says, you see, my aunt's grandmother gave the free use of these meadows in perpetuity to the peasants, to your father's grandfather. So now, so he is telling the old story. Okay, how he was inherited this property. Okay, how he got this property. He was telling the story of his aunt. Okay, so now he says that aunt's grandmother. So his aunt's grandmother has given this place to the father's, yours father's grandfather. Okay, yours father grandfather. His aunt's grandmother, she has given this property to your father's grandfather. Okay, for what? To use this property for peasants. Okay, peasant perpetuity means to be given forever. Okay, to be given forever to the peasants. Okay, to the peasants or your father's grandfather, in return for which they were to make bricks for her. In return, so that bricks, they peasants have to make the bricks for his aunt's grandmother. Okay, then the peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had free use of the meadows for 40 years. They have not paid any amount for this. Okay, instead of they have to pay that amount to my aunt's grandmother, so they were worked freely. They have not paid any amount for that to take that land. Okay, so that is for 40 years they have worked in that place and had got into the habit of regarding them as their own when it happened that. Okay, so they were that peasants and your father's grandfather, they were acting that, they were pretending that so this property belongs to them, but actually it is not belongs to them. That real inherit of this property is me, that is my aunt and her grandmother. Okay, so like this he was telling his story. Then Natalia. Dispute means it's a conflict, okay, the conflict, there was a conflict about this property, okay. So now Natalia, no, it is not all that like that. Both grandfather and great grandfather regoned means be convinced, okay, that their land extended to burnt marsh, which means that oxen meadows were ours, okay, ours. So she says here, no, actually it was convinced between, the land is convinced between both grandfather and great grandfathers. It was convinced that the oxen, that is the land is belongs to them, that is from the burnt marsh, okay. Then oxen meadows are belongs to us, not yours. So she says, I don't see what there is to argue about. It's simply silly. So she says, okay, so then there is no argument about it. So it's a silly matter. You are telling that is your property. Actually that is ours property. It's not your property. She was argued it. Lomov says, I will show you the documents, Natalia Stepanova. So earlier he was honoring that Natalia Stepanova. Now he was not honoring. He was not respecting her now. Okay. So he says now, I will show you the documents. Okay. In that documents, it has written that property has belongs to me. Oxen meadows or belongs to me. That said by Lomov. Natalia, no, you are simply joking or making fun of me. Actually, she is also not accepting it, what he is saying. So you are joking at me, you are having fun of me. You are making fun of me. What a surprise. You have had the land for nearly 300 years. So what a surprise. It's a very surprise that you had that land for since 300 years. And then we are suddenly told that it isn't yours. So I have that land, we have that land since 300 years, and suddenly some person came here and he says that that's not yours. What a silly thing it is. That Ivan Visarovich, I can hardly believe my own ears. So it is very difficult to believe by Natalia, okay, that what the Ivan was saying. These meadows aren't worth much to me. Actually, these meadows are not worth these meadows are not worth, it is not value to me, but they only come 5 dissentients. It's a Russian land measurement unit, okay. It's a Russian land measurement. You know, in our country we are measuring through the acres, okay, that is hectares, and also like square feet. There in Russia, how they are measuring the land, like in a dissentients, 5 dissentients, and are worth perhaps 300 rubles. Rubles means it's a Russian currency. You know, we are having Indian currency, that is rupees, okay, that is the rubles is a Russian currency. Okay, so the value of the land is about, the worth of the land is about only 300 rubles. It is not worth for me, but I can't stand unfairness. But you are telling, whatever you are telling, that's a lie. It's a unfair. It's a injustice. Okay, she can't tolerate this injustice. Say what you will, I can't stand unfairness. Say what you want to say, you can say, but I can't stand for unfairness. But it is unfair, whatever you are telling this one. She says, Lomov, hear me out. Again he says, hear me out. You just listen me. I implore you. Implore means beg. I beg you. The peasants of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now my aunt's grandmother, wishing to make them a pleasant. Okay. So again he is telling the same story about the land. Okay. So I beg you, the peasants of your father. Yes, again he was repeating it. Your father's peasants, father's grandfather's peasants. Peasants means workers. Okay. So they took that land to bake the bricks. Okay. To bake bricks, and for my aunt's grandmother. So they took the land to bake the bricks for his aunt's grandmother. Now my aunt's grandmother, wishing to make them pleasant. So now she is wishing that to leave the pleasant. Okay. So then Natalia says, I can't make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers and grandmothers. The meadows are ours. That's all. So she said in a rude manner. Okay. So again and again they were arguing about only one topic. So that is dragging. The issues are, it is totally expanding. Okay. That is in dragging. And now I can't make the head or tail of all this, means not able to understand. So Natalia says here, she is not understanding what you are telling, the story of your father, then great grandfather and grandfather and grandmother. But only I understand, I know that the oxen meadows are ours, not yours. She says, see, she said here, that's all. Lomov says, mine. He said then again, it's a mine. Natalia, yours? You can go on proving it for 2 days on end. Okay, so in 2 days you have to prove that. Okay, you can go and put on 15 dress jackets. So you can't prove that oxen meadows or belongs to you, and you go and put the new dresses, 15 new jackets, you can wear it. I can't bother about it, but I tell you that they are ours, 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 ours. So again and again they are repeating the same. She is repeating the same word, that is that oxen meadows are ours, ours, ours. I don't want anything of yours. I don't want to give anything of mine. So there. Okay, so she said here, I don't want your property, but I don't want to give my property. What is that? Mine. So that is remain to mine only. Okay, she said. And then Lomov says, Natalia Stepanova, I don't want the meadows, but I am acting on principle. If you like, I will make you a present of them. See, he is also very ridiculous now. So you know in the beginning how he enters and how he was proposed. He was proposing for a marriage, okay, for near to the Chubukov. Now the behavior of the Lomov, it is totally changed. Now he turns to the rudeness. All the nervousness and excitement, it was gone now. Okay, so now it is totally the matter. Totally, it is burning. It is in flames. Okay, now. Natalia, he said that, Lomov said to Natalia, I don't want meadows. Again he was arguing with Natalia. I don't want this meadows, but I am acting. I am just following for the principle. Principle means correct. I am right. I am fighting for the right. What it is correct, that's what I am telling. So that I don't want that meadows. If you like that meadows, I will present you as a gift. So he is also telling like this way. Natalia says, I can make you present of them myself because they are mine. Your behavior, Ivan Vasilyevich, is strange to say the least. Up to this, we have always thought of you as a good neighbor, a friend. Okay, so here she says that I can make you the present. Why you are presenting me? I will present you because that property belongs to me, not you. Okay, so your behavior are not good. So she says, your behavior, Ivan Vasilyevich, is strange. It is very strange that how you are behaving. And to say the least, up to this we have always thought of you as a good neighbor, and this is the last thing I am telling you. So up to now, till now, we are thinking about you are a good neighbor and you are a good friend. The last year we lend you our threshing machine. So the machine which is separate the grains. So they have lent. Okay, so he borrowed the threshing machine from the Chubukov. So that one, the topic she wanted to say here. Who? Natalia. Then although on that account we had to put off. Put off means postpone. So because you have we have lent our threshing machine, so we have postponed our work of the land. Okay, put off means postpone our work. Our own threshing till November. So our work has postponed till the November, but you have behaved to us as if you were gypsies. So how you are behaving to us? So you are thinking that we are like a gypsies. Gypsies means the wanderer tribe. You are behaving like that. We are a wanderer, means we are uneducated. We are not well behaved family. Okay, so you are behaving like this way. Giving me my own land, indeed. No, really, that's not all. That's not all neighborly. In my opinion, it's even impudent. If you want to know, impudent means immodest or not well mannered. It's not about our own land, but your behavior is not good. Okay, so you are acting well. You are not behave well mannered. Okay. not behave well mannered, that is called impudent. If you want to know, so you have to know about you, so you are not behaving in a good manner. Then Lomov, then you make out that I am a land grabber. So now you understand, I am a land grabber. Grabber means I am snatching your land. So that is I am. Madam, never in my life have grabbed anybody else's land. I shan't allow anybody to excuse me of having done so. Quickly steps to the cafe and drinks more water. Now oxen meadows are mine. Okay. So then he says, Madam, again he was requesting to that is Natalia, never in my life had grabbed the land, somebody else's land. So that oxen meadows are mine, only mine. And then suddenly he says, he was accused, you are blaming to me. I am not blaming to anybody else, but that oxen meadows belongs to me, that's mine only. And suddenly he just went near to the cafe. Cafe means he just hold the jug and drink some water because he was nervous and also anger. Oxen meadows are mine. Natalia, it's not true. They are ours. So again Natalia says, that is not true. That is ours. Lomov says, mine. Again Lomov says, that's mine. Then Natalia, it's not true. I will prove it. I will send my movers out to the meadows this very day. Okay. So then Natalia, it is not true. What you are telling, that's not true. I will send the movers. Movers means grass cutting machine. So I will send their grass cutting day. Today only I will send it to the meadows. Lomov, what? Natalia, my movers will be there this very day. So today, so I will send my movers there. Lomov, I will get to them in the neck. So if you send that movers there, I will hit them in the neck, means the peasant's neck. Natalia, you dare? You are having that much dare? Clutches at his heart, oxen meadows are mine, you understand, mine. Clutches means he hold his heart and he says that oxen meadows are mine, only mine. Natalia, please don't shout. You can shout yourself hoarse in your own house, but here I must ask you to restrain yourself. So Natalia says, please don't raise your voice. Don't shout. Please don't shout. Sorry. So he says there, don't shout here. Okay. So you are increasing your voice. That is very rough voice. Hoarse means rough voice. He is talking in a rough voice. And in your own house, it is not your own house, but here I must to ask to you, restrain yourself, to stop yourself to raise your voice, she said. Lomov, if it wasn't, madam, for this awful, excruciating palpitation, if my whole inside wasn't upset, I would talk to you in a different way, else oxen meadows are mine. Okay, excruciating means severe. So he said that it wasn't like that. Okay, he was in severe palpitation. He's having his heartbeat is faster now. Okay, it's faster now, and if my whole inside wasn't upset, so from inside I am just getting upset now, I am not feeling well. Okay, I couldn't talk to you in different way, so that's why I am not talking in a different way. And else again he was ailing, he was just screaming and telling it that oxen meadows are mine. Natalia, ours. Lomov, mine. Natalia, ours. Lomov, mine. So they both are arguing like a child. Okay, they both are acting like a childish manner. Then Chubukov entered. Okay, who enters here? Chubukov enters when he hears that there was a noises. Chubukov, what's the matter? What are you shouting for? So he says here, so what's the matter? What's going on here? Why you both are shouting? Natalia, Papa, please tell this gentleman who owns oxen meadows, we or he. So Natalia says, please tell this gentleman that whose oxen meadows are. It belongs to us or him. Chubukov, to Lomov, darling, the meadows are ours. So Chubukov, he said to the Lomov that, darling, so this meadows are ours. He said in a very polite manner. Chubukov says in a very polite manner that Lomov's, that oxen meadows are ours. Okay. So here, today I am going to stop this lesson here. So I will continue this lesson in the next class. Okay, so how the matter turns, okay, the matter turns from a marriage proposal to the fighting. Okay, so they all are fighting for the property. Okay, so you know the how Ivan Vasilovich, how he was entered in the beginning, and at the end how he was behaving very rudely about the land. Okay, so this is the today's class. I hope that you all are enjoyed this lesson, and it is in the form of play, in the form of dialogue. So today I am going to stop this class here. So we will meet you in the next class. Till then, all of you stay at home, keep learning. Thank you.